Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shoulder Tap with Mick. We got that scary painting behind you. We got a fierce-looking mustache, as always. It's kind of like a bonsai tree. You just kind of maintain that every hour or something. Make sure thing stays in line.
Dolby, are we carrying on the roast that we had last time we were both on Topstep TV?
Oh no,
When I
that was my
jumped in on
compliment,
today.
Mick. My roast is coming later.
Okay. It's hard to take you seriously with that background and those shades. You look like some celebrity diva.
Oh, you know it. That's what they asked me to do. So we
Well,
got some shoulders to tap, huh?
yeah. Good to be on with you. We got to definitely have some shoulders to tap this week. What a week it's been. I mean, we've got the S&Ps right back where we started on Monday, after wide ranges to the downside, then wide ranges back to the upside. It's been a little bit of what they call a cluster F. And like I talked about yesterday, I was asked, what are the boards looking like? How's it looking for our live traders? And a lot of red on the board again today. It's been tough. We had FOMC, we had unemployment claims this morning, non-farm payroll, earnings. There's been a lot of numbers that the market has thrown at us, and today has not really been a hangover day post FOMC statement. So I will say that despite it not being a good week for our funded traders as a whole, and I'll always be open and honest about that. I mean, we've got good weeks, we've got bad weeks. We have individual performers that are doing well. We've got individuals that are doing poorly. As far as my live accounts go, or I should say our live accounts go today, very few people to give shout outs to.
Oh, wow.
We've got Nicholas T, who's up $5,600, $5,800 on the day. So shout out to him. He's been trading really, really well lately. So I'm very happy about that. Dakota, his name comes out of my mouth just about every day. He was up about $4,000 earlier. New account balance highs. He hit $153,000 in that account. I know he's still traded. He's a little bit below that right now, but it's been really strong trading from him as well. So very happy to hear that. He's got that big account balance. I just want to see him take a little payout, Take $5,000 out, Dakota. Send me a gift or something like that if you want to do that.
Yeah, right.
No pressure though, no pressure. But he should be. It's about time where he should pay himself just a little bit. I think he might be working for a higher big round number. But despite it not being a great week, we've still called more people up to live accounts than we have off-boarded or live accounts that we've closed. So 13 call-ups this week, only 8 closed accounts, which is actually kind of high. I don't like seeing 8 live accounts getting closed this week. But like I said, it's been a bit of a knee-jerk week, and we're right where we started at the beginning of the week. So I would like to dive right into the cards. We're going to do 2 regular cards, and then with what time we have left, we're going to do a little bit of roasting. I would have to imagine that's hence Dolby's background over there, which looks like it's space. I don't know. Is that space or is that a fire? We were talking gold out of the volcano earlier today. Is that volcanic
that's obviously a fire. Space? Like what? Like a nebula or something? Is that what Chad is thinking?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I'm just asking here. It looks like that could be the exploding volcano that's kicking off 6,000 worth of gold dust every day. That was a story in an article I shared. I'm going to get better at doing those. But I want to pull up a trader here, an XFA trader, Austin. And I'll just say that this is a shout out from a profitability standpoint, but a big shoulder tap when it comes to some of the overall metrics, and especially what happened today, because I got some juicy sob story for everybody out there today, and Austin's probably kicking himself pretty hard over what happened today. So trading out of Loveland, Colorado. Actually, one of my old roommates was from Loveland back when I was living in Colorado. So average daily P&L is staggeringly high here. We normally don't see numbers like this. This is over a short sample size, though. This only looks at 7 days that they've spent in their XFA. But of those 7 days, average P&L is right about $6,200, $6,300. Comes with 57% winning days, 37% winning trades. And Austin is a big swinger, Dolby. Big swinger here. Their best day they've put up so far is $26,558. Worst day,
Wow.
only 3,000.
2 to 1.
Average winning day, 13,203. And they're profitable more than they are not. Today was a nice profitable day that turned into an unprofitable day, but big swinger. I'll just mention some notable days. There was that big one over 26,000. There was another day 4,300, and then they had another 20. Call it a $22,000 winning day, $21,920. So, a couple things here. This trader is definitely trading size. There's a lot of round turns. They take 35 trades a day, anywhere from 1 to 15 contracts. But since they got that $20,000 winning day, it's predominantly been all in, all out on max leverage. They had a knock it out of the effing park day today, Nick. When I sat down this morning, when I was sitting down this morning, right after our early numbers, the unemployment rate, they had a position that, they caught the upside move. They were up over $40,000 on the day in their XFA, which was
Wow.
they already had a high account balance. That XFA account balance was over $80,000 at one point earlier this morning. They continued trading,
Okay.
and they turned a $40,000 winning day with an $80,000 XFA balance into a $6,000 losing day.
Oh my god.
I told JD about it because I can't keep these things to myself. These sob stories, I cannot keep them to myself. Austin, what you did was rather disgusting. Very poor money management. Also, something that Austin missed was that XFA, Nick. It's got a cap of 50,000, so they exceeded the $50,000 cap by 30 grand. They could have
Right.
stopped at $50,010. They could have stopped at 80,000. There's a cap of 50K. They exceeded it, and then they went below it. So they're not above
Wow.
the cap anymore. They're in the $40,000 range. And I don't get it. Maybe some people aren't aware of that, but I mean, it's very clear in the rules that everybody signs off on. $50,000 cap. Be aware of that. Stop when you get above it. Don't keep trading. Don't keep pressing. We've had a number of these juicy stories to share. I know Ben yesterday had talked about that one live trader of ours who we featured, almost every day many months ago. Hughes, the trader out of France,
Yep.
who
Yep.
was one of the first guys to get that account balance in a live account over $100,000. We hadn't heard much from him lately, but I
Uh-oh.
think Ben touched on it yesterday. He hasn't even been on our radar. Just he's not been performing well in our program. I remember there was a story about him being up $15,000 on an FOMC day, and he had a 15 lot on going into one of the FOMC statement releases, and turned a $15,000 winning day into a $3,000 losing day,
Oh.
$18,000 swing there. We
Oh.
saw that again, sadly, on Wednesday. I was looking at the board and I was like, oh, Hughes is up 13 grand on the day in his XFA. I wonder what's going to happen with this guy. I was actually kind of excited to see him back. I think he's a high risk trader and doesn't manage the money as best he should, especially for someone who's got a good eye for the markets that can,
Right.
take profits out. You got to, if you're going to take the profits out, you got to manage the money well so you keep the profits. He's shown that he can't do that well. He had a 15 lot on going into the FOMC statement on Wednesday, and that $13,000 winning day turned into a $3,000 losing day. So Hughes is back to his old tricks, making money, unable to keep it. We saw that with Austin today. It is a roast my trade, shoulder tap kind of day. I'm
It's
done
a good
talking
start.
smack on Austin. I think, the kick in the teeth in and of itself was enough. I don't need to rub any salt on the wound, but I am trying to talk to our traders about this, Nick, because you don't want to be the primary character in this type of story ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever, ever, ever. That's why I'm sharing the story. Again, Austin is profitable. He's got a big account balance in this XFA, but when it comes to calling someone like this, calling someone up to a live account, this ain't exactly what we're looking for.
No.
We want people that are good at managing their money. So I think I spoke my piece on this trader. If they do get called up to a live account, if they are continuing in this XFA and they don't hit the daily loss limit, repeatedly like they do, which actually, Nick, for someone who's putting up 26,000, 27,000, 4,000, twenty-two
Massive
thousand
days.
dollar winning days, like I am okay with a $3,000 risk on a
Right.
daily basis, even if you're hitting 3,000 more than 50% of the time. But that's not the bad piece here. The bad piece is you were up over 40 grand today, and then you turned a $40,000 winning day into a $6,000 losing day. Nobody should be doing that.
Yeah, that's
Nobody should be
disgusting.
doing that. Yeah.
No.
So that's my piece. They got to work on locking in those profits. It's so easy. Traders, if you're in the XFA, there's a 50K cap. If you go above it, close out the trade. You could make a couple more thousand. It doesn't matter. There's a 50K cap. So just stop, get the transfer to live, get that nice bulk sum of money, and continue trading and being profitable. So with that, let's move on to Katrina. We've got another big swinger here. I don't have much of a shoulder tap for her. This is pretty much a true shout out.
Nice.
Katrina, she's impressing me. She's impressing me. Like Austin, really, really big winning days here. Average daily P&L at $2,400, but this is across 21 trading days, Nick. And of those 21 trading days, we also have some big five-figure winning days to share here. If you look at the trade report, you see just yesterday made 17 grand. End of the month earlier this week made 12,600. There was another $16,000 winning day, and like Austin, Katrina, big swinger, hitting the daily loss limit regularly on the losing days, but these winning days are so large that I'm not going to shame on her for the $3,000 daily loss limits. What else is impressive here, Nick, is I'm seeing really short time frames here, and she's a very, very
How
busy
short?
girl. Average hold times, on the winners are about 4 minutes. Average hold times on the losers, 5 minutes. She's averaging 70 trades per day.
Wow. With size too, right? So it's probably a lot of contracts.
Yeah, with size. But while I don't see that, I would call this scalping, and while I don't see that being a sustainable strategy, it's kind of hard to knock someone who's very, very profitable, sitting with almost 37 grand in her XFA. Yeah, she's high risk. Yeah, she's a big swinger. But if you look at the total trades per day and you look at her trading days where she's having the big winners, these five-figure days that are around, just under $20,000, over 10, in between 10 and 20 grand. I haven't talked about this in a while, but Nick, when you're in tune with the markets as a trader, you really want to press, just like you would with a good hand in cards. You want to press, and that's exactly what she does. Her biggest winning days, her average trades are anywhere from 10. They're like 8 times what her normal trades are. If you see that $17,000 day from yesterday, 181 trades. If you look at April 29th, that $12,000 winning day, 165 trades. And that was 76% winning trades. That
Wow.
$17,000 winning day was 77% winning trades. And then the $16,000 winning day, 74% winning trades. So her strategy that she's executing, what I really like out of this is that, hey, when it's working, she's putting the pedal down. And that's what we
Right.
as traders need to do. When it's working, you press. When it's not working, you pump the brakes a little bit. I don't see a lot in the way of pumping the brakes, but she's got, while we're talking in car analogies, pedal down, pumping the brakes, those speed bumps of $3,000 aren't too much when you're putting up big numbers like this. So
It's all relative.
while I have some concerns about the risk tolerance here, I mean, it's working. and she's keeping her losses smaller than her wins. Average winning days $8,600 just about, while the average losing days, around 3,200, and then that best day of $17,347 compared to the worst day of, call it 3,800. It's not bad. We just need to keep seeing more of these winning days, and heck, we could be, come Monday, maybe she's at the $50,000 cap. So
Right.
we'll
Wow.
see. Um,
Those numbers
I
didn't
think,
exist when I was doing trading combines, Mick.
yeah, that's a tolerance that I don't have too. I like operating in a comfort zone. Some people
Yeah.
do, some people don't. But I think overall, if you're in your comfort zone, you're going to have a clearer mind to make better decisions. So I always like that. So I wanted to share a couple juicy accounts from our funded traders, talk about some big successes that they're having, and maybe some things that you don't want to fall susceptible to yourselves. With that, shall we queue up some roasts?
Yeah, let's see who's not trading too hot. I would,
All
I would
right.
love
Well,
to
it's
take a
not a
look and
matter
see.
of who's not trading too hot. These are people that submitted their accounts to us yesterday. We looked at the accounts.
Okay.
We are nitpicking. We're nitpicking where we can shit talk a little bit and cast a little shade, but it's all in good fun. They volunteer for it, and we're just gonna put a little spice on the areas for improvement that they have. So with that, we've got a lot of cards. I don't think we're gonna go through. So I say production team, why don't you just start piling them on, and we can work with this stuff. Okay. Addison spent more commissions than you made in profits yesterday. You've been a busy boy. Take it
Wow.
easy. 726 contracts in 2 days. You're not a market maker. You're a market taker. We're speculators. That's a lot of trading. Like I was talking about with Katrina. Um, if you're that active, generating that many fees and commissions, you got to be putting up those big days. We haven't seen that out of you yet, bud. So trim it down, be a little bit more selective, and with the size you like trading, you don't want to start out in a hole as regularly as you do and have to dig yourself out. Usually, active trading, get into a hole, your trading size, you just dig the hole a little bit deeper. Been there before myself. Couple things to change going forward.
No kidding. I mean, for all the contracts traded, I think their next best trade would probably be swapping the keyboard for a coloring book. But even then, I'm not sure they're going to even be able to stay in the lines in that one. I mean, 726 contracts in 2 days is ridiculous.
Yeah, pulling up that trade report, I want to see if the average winning day is even bigger than their number of contracts in a day. Oh, just in line. Oh, just beats it. So, oh no, I'm looking at worst day. Never mind. Average winning day is higher. Oh, I thought I was going to really have him good there. Thought that was going to be one more jab. All right, let's move on to the next one. Addison, thanks for being a good sport.
Yeah, blowing combines on commissions is a next level degen right there. Here's the
Yeah,
next
never seen
card.
that one before.
Yeah. Okay, so average losing day here for Asanka is 5 times bigger than their average winning day. How could you be right 80% of the time? 80% winning days, but you're still unprofitable. That's because your average losing day is 5 times bigger. That's a big no-no. It's kind of, well, I'm not going to be that mean, but like, gosh, I know a lot of traders would kill to have 80% winning days. So you don't have a problem being profitable. You have a problem managing your downside. And
Yeah.
if you can make some adjustments and changes to that, along with your askew risk reward, which is inverted from what it should be, you'd probably have some good stuff going on. And then this was something I put together. Your daily loss limit is not your target. Your profit target is your target. From what I've seen in the trading activity, with how often they're going to the daily loss limit, it seems like that's what they're aiming for with their trading.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 80% winning days, but unprofitable. That's so It's so bad. How do you even do that? Average losing
Yeah.
days 5 times the average. So you can't be that scared about taking profits. But apparently very comfortable with taking losses. So I might have to figure out why you're more comfortable losing than you are winning.
Some people like the abuse, Nick. Some people
Yeah,
like the
some people do.
abuse.
Some
All
people
right.
do.
Let's move on and roast David if we could.
Sure. Asaka, just keep doing what you're doing and flip your screens upside down.
Upside
That's my
down.
advice to you. All right, let me find David's card here. You said David?
Yeah, or anybody.
Oh, got it. Here we are.
I remember Hogue telling a story about early on when he started in the pits, in the S&Ps on the floor at the CME. There was a trader who told him that he should do exactly the opposite of what he wanted to do, and that might be what we need to do for Asanka. All right, David, on to you. Despite what you might think, the daily loss limit is not your friend. You can't make money being right less than half the time if you're risking, 250 to make 150, and your average losing day can't be 3 times your average winning day. Not so much of a roast. I wanted to call it how I saw it here, and just give them a couple things to think about. But Nick, you're a little twisted. You got any shots you want to throw, or any roasts here for David?
Listen, if we plug this person up to an EKG, they would probably still buy the highs and sell the lows.
I see we're winding down on time. Should we roast one more? We got a late start today, or should we call it quits here?
If it was a Jacob, sure.
Okay, all right. Jacob, you're giving back a ton of your money after sizable gains, money management. You got to lock it in. And then don't let these good winning days turn into losing days. You don't want to do what Austin did today, being up 40 grand, turning a $40,000 winning day into a $6,000 losing day. To put that in perspective, if you were like managing somebody's money, and I guess the intraday P&L something, but if you had generated the returns that Austin did this morning, had that much in the way of returns, and then ended up losing what you lost, you'd have like a class action lawsuit against you for negligence and stuff like that. So I think they should probably move to the micros for a little bit, but as they continue to learn, they should really trade smaller. If you're not profitable, you don't deserve to be trading the size. That's my piece there.
Yeah, this is I don't even want to look at this card anymore. I think I'd rather have your mustache tickle my toes, Mick, than look at this mediocre card we got here. Really not too hot.
That's a little sick, Dolby. I don't know if I want to do these shoulder taps with you anymore. That'll never happen.
You said I was sick and twisted, so I got to deliver.
Okay, well, that is sick and twisted. Maybe in your dreams. Hopefully you don't have those dreams.
No. Smoke too much to have dreams, Dolby. Mick. Well, I know you gotta be weird. It's Friday. Who cares? We're on a rock spinning around Earth, and Mick looks like he's one cowboy hat away from handing out pamphlets in front of a courthouse about jury nullification. So it's a pretty good day. Pretty good day. Mick, what are you going to do for the rest of it?
Work.
Great.
Work.
So am I. Let's work on our next segment. Mick, have a great weekend. Group coaching is coming up with JD and Robert. Submit your things in for getting roasted. Mobby thinks you're cute, Mick. He likes your mustache. Or she likes your mustache. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Take care. Have a safe weekend, everybody.
See ya.